Hey, Ryan, thank you for joining us on the Business Corner.
Thank you for having me. And I like the fact that you think of organized labor as a business because we play a lot in the business community. And I would like to thank you and TML Communications for seeing us as such.
I appreciate you. So, tell me a little bit about some of the initiatives you're working on the building trades to increase job opportunities here in the city of Philadelphia.
Well, the first thing we do is we like to create an environment that's tax friendly,
Hmm.
that's worker friendly, so that we can create the whole business environment. But some of the initiatives we're working with women in non construction, that
Hmm.
means WINK, that we recruit women to try to work on traditional non-women's construction sites, as well as our diversity and apprenticeship programs that we're doing through Everyone Builds and the Sam State Senior Pre-Apprenticeship Program, where we partner with high schools, most notably Strawberry Mansion, to take their seniors out of their class and actually put them into apprenticeships
Hmm.
throughout the Philadelphia building trades. We work with Father Judge in the Northeast and Strawberry Mansion in North Philly, and we're trying to expand that. Right now, we're beta testing it to see what works, what doesn't work, but we'll expand opportunities to everyone.
So, I love that. It seems like this is a high management leadership position. So, tell us a little bit about your leadership style.
My leadership style is I like to call myself a GM.
Okay.
I know how to hone talent and pick talent and let talent flourish where it needs to go. So what I like to do is pick great people
Hmm.
that have great skills, has loyalty, honesty, and integrity, and just let them go and kind of manage from afar. I'm not a hands-on manager unless
Hmm.
I have to be,
Hmm.
but my management style is to pick the right people and let them do their job, but have clearly articulated lanes of communication and what your responsibility is and what you must deliver. So you have to have accountability, has to be high,
Right.
but you have to be clear on what the job is and how what success looks like in that job.
Love that. So, what are some important economic development opportunities that are on the horizon in Philadelphia in the coming years?
I will say one of the biggest ones is the 30th Street Station, the William H. Gray 30th Street Station, because it's the third most busy train station in the country.
Wow.
So as we expand that and fix that, it creates opportunities in that area, not just 30th Street Station, but the 30th Street District. You see Sparks Pharmaceutical going
Hmm.
there. You see a lot of cell and gene therapy. You see office. You see retail,
Hmm.
and you see um, residential, all in the same footprint of what was always 30th Street Station. So we have some innovative, some of the best engineers in the world come from Drexel University.
Mm.
So they're actually going to build up a platform so that where the train goes, you're not even going to see that anymore. It's going to be hidden by a fake facade of a street so we can build up. It is
Wow.
just, it's amazing stuff that what's going on west of the Schuylkill River.
Yeah.
And also the Naval Yard has always been something that we hang our hat on. And you have competing projects for the arena. So
Hmm.
either we're going to have an arena downtown or we're
Right.
going to have a great district in South Philly. No matter what, Philadelphia wins.
I love that. So, do you think there needs to be more state or federal investment to support construction and other job opportunities here in the city?
Yes, I think state and federal intervention is necessary if we're going to have the amount of affordable luxury units that we need.
Mm.
I think the biggest problem facing Philadelphia is an affordability crisis.
Mm.
And if we don't create more affordable luxury housing units, we'll be in trouble. We have to take Minneapolis. They did it the right way. They
Hmm.
built great affordable luxury units. And now, if you look at inflation in Minneapolis, it's only 2%. And their jobs, they almost have full employment with only 2% inflation because they built the required amount of units to keep the housing there. So you don't have a housing crisis. Right now, we're on an affordability crisis. We have a lot of houses on the luxury end, a lot in the low. But what are we doing for our cop and our teacher? I always say, when a cop and a teacher that's married can't afford a home, we
Hmm.
have a problem.
Mm. Problem indeed. So, I know you served as the transition team chair for our now mayor, Sherelle Parker. So, what are some important things we should expect coming from the new administration the next coming years?
I think that that she's serious. People always run on these campaign platitudes, and then they get in and they don't do anything.
Right.
She's very serious about making Philadelphia the cleanest, greenest, safest big city with economic opportunities for everyone. And so, what you're going to look at first, you'll see the safety. You're going to see drastic measures in Kensington and in the neighborhoods to have community policing be a presence there, but not an occupying force. So you're going to feel safer. So then when you feel safer, and then it's going to get clean, and we're going to green and spruce the place up, then that attracts economic opportunity. And then it's how do we navigate the courts? Because there's some significant upwinds when you're talking about diversity and inclusion, because the Supreme Court has just now had some crazy rulings that now you can't use race as a factor.
Correct.
And even giving up scholarships and things. So jobs will be next. So we have to be very careful, and she's going to be very careful and thoughtful of how do we give opportunity, not only in the public sector, but how does she use her megaphone and her bully pulpit to incentivize the private sector to behave equitably. Because we have some major corporations, major colleges, universities, and we need to have that conversation of how do we open up opportunities for companies like yours.
I agree. So taking all that into perspective, how would you leave the listening audience when you are thinking about words of wisdom for the next up and coming leader?
I would say listen more than you talk. Don't think that you know everything, and have the courage to be bold. I think we've had too many milquetoast leaders who do just enough to get reelected, but don't want to be bold enough to make a mistake. You asked me about my leadership style. When we're doing bold things, I have a meeting and I tell them that failure is absolutely an option. Because if you don't fail, you aren't trying. If you try big, bold things, you're going to strike out. That's okay. What did we learn from our mistake, and how can we do it better next time? We cannot continue to be in an environment where we have political punks. Ed Rendell said that we're a country of wussies. And I definitely agree with him. We have become afraid to speak our mind, afraid to speak truth to power in a real way. So the leaders of tomorrow, they're going to have to be bolder. And also, they're going to have a little more stick-to-itiveness.
Okay.
The leaders of today, they start movements and they burn out quickly. If you look at Black Lives Matter, it was a thing when George Floyd it was a year.
Right.
Think about the civil rights movement. It took them 15 years to get what they got.
Yeah.
They were committed. Not to a moment, not to a tweet, not to how the algorithm looks on social, but they was committed to change. And sometimes that is a marathon. So I would say the leaders of tomorrow, they need to be a little more patient.
Patient and preparedness,
Yes.
Well, Ryan, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me. I really, it's very, very professional here. It's always professional at TML.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you.